Last podcast on the left is all about the facts. So when Southern New Hampshire University came on as a sponsor, it was time to do some research. Turns out they offer more than 200 online degree programs, and get this, criminal justice and psychology are some of the most popular. Classes have no set meeting times, and tuition rates are some of the lowest in the U.S. Want to learn even more about SNHU? Visit snhu.edu/last. Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Man, oh man, back on the road again.
Back on the road, baby.
Me and my boys.
Yep.
My two sweet sons and I, just covered with semen.
No.
Oh, in each. No, is that bad? The way to start?
No, I mean, you can start it however you want to. I'm not covered in navel juices.
No, I
Navy
definitely
juices.
wiped.
Thank you, Henry. What's up, everyone?
Back on the road again.
Back on the road again. What's up, everyone? This is the Relaxed Fit. That's the kind of jeans I wear.
Yeah.
Episode of last podcast on the left. We're in beautiful Vancouver.
It's fine.
It's great.
It's fine. I definitely went and this is, I mean, in very typical Canadian fashion, I went to get our rental car because we're driving this whole time. We're going to drive down to Seattle. We're going to drive down to Portland. And the guy, the guy that was checking me out, not hitting on me, but giving me the car.
He was just giving you the car.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the terminology. The guy who rented me the fucking car.
Yeah.
The guy who walked around, he made me spin around.
He did not make you spin around.
I had to spin around.
No, he didn't.
He
You
said, I
had
got to
to spin
check for
around.
dings. He said, he's like, oh, I got to check for dings. And he walked around the Explorer trying to check for dings. And he's just like, nah, I got to double check for dings. And then he went and
near
made
the
me,
car?
I went around and he was just like, oh, there's a divot here. And then he put a finger right in my fucking ass.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you're Henry Zabrowski. We're with Marcus, and I'm Ben, of course. But you all probably already know that.
But I was getting checked out. I was getting molested by the man at Enterprise. I'm not. Again, I wasn't.
don't think that you were.
No.
I just have it on the mind. I have it on the mind.
It seems like you wanted to get molested by the man at Enterprise.
I was waggling it.
It seems like you were.
I wasn't wearing a shirt. And I have my little shorts on.
Is the marriage going south? What's happening?
My wife and I make love.
Well, we'll have
We
to
do.
have Natalie in here for a point counterpoint.
We really
Hear
do.
What the hell
We
that
really
process
do.
is.
But he's like, so what do you get into today? Oh, when you're done getting your Explorer there. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was going to walk around, maybe do something touristy, walk around Gastown or something. He's like, oh, you're going to do a thing that boring people do. And I was like, what if I have a straight razor? What if a straight razor and I slash open your face?
Yeah, I was
Honestly,
trying to get a cab today, and I was put on hold, and then the whole message came back and said, you know, we all hate being on hold.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's better than hanging up and calling again, so just wait a couple of minutes.
I know we all do it. Explain me.
We all hate being on hold, and it is better to just stay on hold and don't call again.
I don't need to be told that.
I
I don't need to be
know.
told that like I'm some kind
Well,
of fucking moron.
He's a grown man.
There's a reason the Queen is on the currency here in Canada. It's a nanny state. But that's okay. Sometimes you need to be reassured. If you're heavy full of methamphetamines, if your brain is completely messed up, a good reminder.
my
Stay
only
on hold,
queen-
don't call back.
My only queen's RuPaul.
That's
the only
true.
person I herald to, and I
Honestly.
will be her subject.
And this is a little political, but get Harriet Tubman on the 20, Marcus.
Yeah.
RuPaul on the 5.
Ooh, I'd do it.
I'm calling it.
I'd spend those fives. There's a story I wanted to bring up today in our Relax Fit episode. Can you
Yes.
feel just how relaxed this is?
I think they can.
Just how much room your clotted knees have just sitting around in your big old Navy circus tent, relaxed fit jeans.
Ooh, that's me.
It is nice.
I love that.
But so we had a listener recently send a letter to me.
Yes.
That was, I thought it was interesting. Sent a little email. And he was talking about how he has a neighbor that is a bit obese, right?
Right.
And his father would say to him, they were like talking about stuff, and he would get these big pizza deliveries all the time. He said the neighbor would get all these pizza deliveries.
Of course, he's overweight. Yeah, you gotta. I get the pizzas. I get it.
I see what you do.
Oh, yeah.
I know your lifestyle. And the father at some point said to his son, hey, just so you know, if he ever asks you to go over there, just if he asks you to take a shit in a pizza box, make sure you get a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
He said this just, and he made it like a boogeyman, like within there, like the father used it as a teaching lesson, saying like don't trust strangers because sometimes they'll ask you to take a shit in a pizza box, and he just thought that was like an idiosyncratic thing that his father came up with.
Honestly, I think that as far as parenting goes, that's a great father tip to stranger danger.
It's an incredibly
No, that's not stranger danger at all. He said if he asked you to take a shit in a pizza box, get money for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
he didn't
get
say,
money for
tell
it.
me,
No.
tell a cop.
No, he said
get
make money
for it.
Honestly, yeah, get money for it.
right. That's what my father would do.
Exploit the pervert.
Yeah, that's what you do. You drain him. You drain his wallet, then you drain his balls.
I mean, if everyone's on the up and up here, we got a bunch of adults. You know, when you want to dump in
Of
pizza
course,
boxes,
Kissel.
go
That's not
do
what we're
your.
talking about.
Okay.
So the
Because there's
teaching
someone
lesson.
listening right now taking a dump in a Domino's box, just be like, "Oh, I hope they don't make fun of me for doing this.
This is my lifestyle.
Show. I love this show so much. I'm just a dumper in pizza
Just
boxes."
leave me alone. This is what I like to do. I make them hot and long.
Sounds like a new Pizza Hut pizza.
But
The
it turns
hot and
out
long.
that was not just some random thing
Okay.
that the father was saying to him. Is that it's actually based upon a guy I have the unfortunate opportunity to have now in the center of my brain.
So poo-poo in the pizza box is a true story?
Yes. It's based upon a man named Edward Savitz. Ed Savitz, who was an American businessman in the, he basically was also a philanthropist. He was an actuary, and he was eventually arrested for paying thousands of boys and young men for engaging in anal and oral sex. Sure, I guess that's normal.
Well, no, that's
but
not
they're
boys. Children.
He
They're boys.
He purchased over 312 bags of boys' underwear that was found in a storage unit, and he would often have boys come to his house and shit in pizza boxes, and he would take those pizza boxes and he'd put them back in the storage unit just like it's an old sweater.
Honestly, I need. What's the name of that stupid reality show where they do the storage
wars?
Storage
Oh
wars.
my God.
If someone is just like, I'll do 200, 250,
Okay.
300.
Okay, what's in these bags? Oh, it seems to be a bunch of clothes. Let me just. These are boys' underwear.
Honestly, but they would be like, and then when they're just tallying, because they do like 300 for the unit, and then they tally up what they find in the unit. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, this is $50,000 worth of boys' underwear. This is incredible. And they just sell it to like, I don't even know what disgusting billionaire out there that wants it. Warren Buffett. Oh, I don't want to diss on Warren Buffett.
No, Warren Buffett does not have nearly as spicy enough of an interest as sniffing
know.
boys' underwear.
That's the thing with the Buffett. He's got so much money.
Yeah.
But
But that's how he keeps it. He doesn't spend it.
Yeah, he
Super
doesn't
boring.
spend it on little boys' underwear.
No,
He
I
doesn't.
understand that, but he also doesn't spend it on anything.
As far as we know.
That's true.
But if you wanted to buy full-grown woman's or man's underwear, I say more power to him. He makes him a Japanese president.
Absolutely. Why not? Have fun.
But would I then? So long story short, because we don't really cover things truly in depth in a relaxed fit episode. But I was started researching Ed
This is
Savitz.
a small poo-poo, not a long poo-poo story.
It's just okay. There's just a couple things involved here. Number one, there's a massive conspiracy theory that he might have been connected to Sandusky, which is I don't
Really?
think is probably not that difficult because they would hang out at the same. What's the term? At like fundraising parties, they were always there because that's what he would do. So, because you know what Ed Savitz ran, obviously he ran in a camp, essentially, quote unquote camp, which is essentially a place where for troubled youth to go and be rehabilitated. And so he
gross.
would groom these kids, and basically he would pay them. He had an apartment on Rittenhouse Square. for a period of time that became like the center for all of his activity. He was there almost, believe, as far back as 1975. He basically would offer kids money to come party, and it would start with the like what we saw with Dean Corll or John Wayne Gacy, where it would start with, you guys got to come back. We're going to play some grab ass. There's going to be skinny dipping with girls. But it's with girls.
But it just seems like it's all old dudes.
Yep.
Okay.
And young men. And people would complain about the heavy metal types, which they called the little boys coming out of there, like just 14-year-olds with long dark hair and fucking Pantera shirts on that were basically, he would say, come over. They'd all horse around. They'd get into the pool and skinny dip, right? Where he'd play this game where
you're really loosely using the word horse around.
Yeah, it was
we all
horse.
horsed around with our friends growing up. I'm pretty sure defecation in pizza boxes was never included in
I'd
that.
say play grab ass would be a better way describing
Well, sure, yeah, but a horse around was also what's happening, especially when the old man is there hung like a goddamn horse.
I know. Oh,
and he would basically, they said that he would play this game where he'd get real close to you in the pool, and he would do the thing like a horse's tail, where he'd like the penis just kind of touch the back of your legs, right? And he'd be like, "Oh, what a mistake I just made! Isn't that funny? What a funny little mistake!"
Accident. Yeah.
And so he eventually, what you do then, you should create like a shame circle, where then everybody's kind of like feeling kind of icky and weird about the fact that they're a bunch of 13-year-olds with other 13-year-old girls that he also made get naked, and he gave everybody weed and booze. But slowly but surely, it turned into, here's $10. Give me that underwear. You play baseball today? Give me that underwear. And then he'd go like literally be like, he'd have them go run around outside till they get nice and sweaty. Then he'd get the underwear, right? And he'd keep it in a bag. And they called him Uncle Eddie, but some people just called the underwear sniffer, which was like, if you have the nickname of the underwear sniffer in the neighborhood, why are people going over to the house?
Yeah, they also called him Fast Eddie.
Yeah, old Fast Eddie. And one of his other favorite things
Is he a freaking car dealer? What's going on with this guy?
He's an actuary.
Is an actuary, and he looks like what's his name's character. Big Boy did it. He looks like what's his name, Dustin Hoffman's character from Dick Tracy. But he'd have this other game where he'd go underneath a potty training seat, and they'd shit into his mouth. And then what he'd do, he'd feed them different types of foods to make the shit taste better.
Well, according to this Wikipedia page here, so he did keep the feces in pizza boxes, and evidently he told the boys to eat cheese to make their feces taste better. So he was a cheese poop guy. I don't know.
It's a whole thing. This is a hard way to start the episode.
Yeah, that's what you call it's a scat connoisseur.
Yeah. He was a sommelier.
So it's like, oh, that's a mozzarella.
It's a sommelier.
It's a mozzarella. Oh, that's a nice mozzarella.
But he, one of the things aside,
why are we talking about this again?
But you know what it is?
You have been fixated on this. Your brain.
It's
I can
haunting
tell
me.
right now. I've been reading Howard Stern's new book.
Yes.
This is a therapy session for you. I can tell.
It
Because
bothers
you have been
me.
You've been sitting with this in your brain for what, 5 days now?
Yep.
Okay, so
but the one thing that really sticks with me was the fact that they tried to put together a documentary for it. I guess there was a Kickstarter to start a documentary about his story.
Yeah, it's called The Resurrection of Uncle Eddie.
Yeah.
a positive story?
No.
Okay, thank God. No, you never know. Sometimes these dudes are just like, yes, I'm an actuary, and please make a documentary about my
It
life.
is perfectly normal for a man to love a boy. Can't a man love a dog? A man could love a boy. But apparently, I guess the owners of the Kickstarter just stole a bunch of people's money and never made the movie.
Well, it was in 2015 that this was supposed to happen. And they put together a real nice sizzle reel. Like some of the characters, because this all happened in Philadelphia, some of the characters they found were amazing.
There is just, this is kind of what I wanted to bring up.
People.
No, these are guys that are grown up now because
Of
all
course.
this happened in the late 80s. And they're talking to they're talking to these men like 2015, so it's 20, 30 years
Right.
after all of the events, and they're just like these just hard-bitten South Philly fucks.
These dudes are intense, but it's the way they're talking about it. They're like, yeah, we never thought that there was like a thing about it. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world. He did this thing where he'd shit on the floor, and he asked my buddy to go lick it and give him $50, and we were all laughing our asses off. And they were
honestly,
all talking like it was the funniest
It's
shit.
a weird thing with poop, because remember after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, that guy just happily ate horse shit.
You are obsessed with this guy.
It is the funniest story I've ever seen in my life because I actually rewatched the video recently and I didn't realize. Did you ever see this video?
Did you go to school to be an actuary?
No.
Because you bring up the Philadelphia fan eating horse shit like once a week.
Yeah.
It is the single funniest thing in human history. The internet, I think it could go away other than our podcast, but as long as we have our podcast and that video, I'd be totally happy.
Yes.
Because the guy celebrates. He's like, all right, gonna
We
eat
know.
this.
Everybody knows the
I
video.
know. But then at the end, I didn't realize because I showed it to another buddy at a bar. When you hang, I'm a little barfly sometimes.
What?
Yes.
Sometimes, huh?
Sometimes. And you start talking sports.
That's a funny term.
Well, there's 7 days in a week. And then some of the time I'm at a bar. I was telling the buddy my story, and it was about the guy who ate the horse shit. And then I showed the video again, and I didn't realize at the end of the video, the guy who ate the horse shit says, "All right, who's next?" And then no one was next because everyone was just like, "No, man, we can't believe you did that."
It shows how, like, I'm going to almost say the toxic masculinity of South Philly saved these men from a lot of trauma later on. Because in a way, them laughing at all of this shit, because they were laughing at what, I mean, obviously they're internalizing some extreme abuse.
I don't need to go to therapy.
I'm not saying
They
that
might
they're
need
safe,
to,
safe.
yeah.
But
I don't think they got over it just by saying like, yeah, it was hilarious. Like,
It's just the way they talked about sucking this man's dick. I mean, like, yeah, you need an extra $10? You go up to Fast Eddie's. Because Fast Eddie, he was fast with the money, but also he was real fast with the shooting. And that's the best part. You only got to suck it for a little bit. Like, they were like saying stuff like that. Like, yeah, that's all you got to do. And you're just like, Jesus fucking
no,
Christ.
it's fucking awful.
All
But
right.
apparently the makers of the documentary raised about $20,000, and I don't know if they took the money or not because they did a Kickstarter page, and
But there's no documentary. I haven't seen because I went looking for it.
well, I don't think they met their goal.
Well, this guy, honestly,
That's a shame because I want to hear more about the story, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I want to hear about because it's mostly just about kind of what we dealt with Ed Buck.
of course.
And these guys that are, which we've talked about constantly. And one day, when part of the Illuminati rundown of all of last podcast and left, we'll be connecting all of these highly connected child molesters that are just like this guy.
You know what?
This guy is a part of a fucking
Oh,
system.
absolutely.
Yeah.
This
And
stuff
he
doesn't
is
come up out of nowhere. And there
No,
is a when it comes to the foster care system and the kids in need of stuff. I mean, it's a pipeline for pedophilia.
And they
But what's interesting
videotaped a lot
with
of this
guy-
shit too. They were saying that there's a lot of footage, there's a
I
lot
would
of photos,
say-
and there's a lot of horrible shit that also serves as a blackmail system.
Yeah.
And because especially with the guys he hung out with, but the reason why they ended up getting him is they got two kids to wear fucking wire. They actually got kids. They got bait kids to go in and being like, "This is my pal, Suck It Frank." He's like, "Yeah, I was born with my mouth in the shape of a circle." And Ed Savitz is like, "Thank God you came." And then they went, and then he offered them money to have sex with them, and then the cops came in and busted him. And talk about a way to deflate a boner.
There it is. Well, thank God. But I would also argue Ed Savitz is a serial killer.
Yeah, probably.
because he tested positive for HIV.
Yes.
And so his arrest caused an AIDS scare all around Philadelphia.
Because he said he had sex with they assume they look at the numbers and they talk with witnesses and they think it's upwards of 700.
So it's very possible he gave AIDS to 700 people, and I'm sure certainly all of them would have died at that point in time because there was no treatment for it. So I think he's also probably a serial killer.
Yo, I would put that as a serial killer. I put that almost close to like a Harold Shipman. Like, there's something about the passive nature.
That's actually very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
of
haven't
somebody who
covered-
kills many people, because that's more of a killer nurse. That's a killer doctor. But the idea of doing it through kind of like a medium, like doing a thing where I'm getting you sick, I am killing you, but I'm not doing it with a knife or a gun. Where it's like when doctors become killers, and they do it in what they almost view in an almost passive way, even though it is active.
That's interesting, though. I wonder, we should cover a story about, I guess we've just done that with Ed Savitz, but That is kind of an interesting thing, the idea of spreading disease as I mean, because you would, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you would actually consider him a serial killer because who knows if he actually knew he had AIDS while he was doing it.
He said he knew he had AIDS.
Oh,
he was spindly, and when they caught him, he died
knew it
literally
the whole
6
time.
months later. He died. Like they basically caught him, and they caught him in late 1992, and he died early 1993.
Well-
so he like got. Well, the thing too is that you know what? I take it back. You may be right because it might just straight up just have been he was getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and he just wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't
acknowledging
know.
it.
Well, it
Yeah, he
seems
wasn't
like he was
acknowledging he
financially
actually
well
had
off, right? So
He was
probably
incredibly
went to
well
the
off.
doctor, and they definitely knew how to diagnose that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did know.
But on the other hand, like I don't think he was doing it in order to kill them because to be a serial killer you have to have intent. Like you have to have actual. I would
know.
not consider to be a serial killer. You do have to have intent. Like I am trying to kill these people with this method, and if you don't have that intent, then I wouldn't necessarily call you a serial killer. I could call you a mass murderer, but I don't think we should throw around the serial killer word.
And you don't-
Let's not throw it
Honestly,
around.
no, because I
It's
mean, Marcus
important to
is
classify these things.
Marcus is doing the second draft of the book right now, so you do
Yes.
not want to cross him about serial killers because he will
Honestly,
cross the line.
Yes, if you are someone who knows that world a little bit better, please email us sidestoriesLPOTL@gmail.com because that is a really interesting conversation.
What if you're a mass
No, if you're
marketed
just working
pedophile with AIDS?
criminology,
It's
if you're a
just-
cop or a detective,
Oh, no,
or
I
some-
thought that
not
you were
if
talking
you are
about
someone that is
feeding people
purposely
slowly
killing
with
people.
HIV. Yeah.
We will forward that immediately to the FBI if you send that email. So please do not.
And also, if the makers of the documentary, I'd like to know what happened with that. Like, I'd like to talk to those people. I'd like to know what happened because I don't think they stole the money because usually on Kickstarter, like, it says, like, goal met, right?
Yes.
And I went to their Kickstarter page and it just said, like, money raised, like $20,000
Yeah.
because what they need, they've got all of the...
I guess it was hard having Donnie Giancocchio be like, and the very thing being like, yeah, I'll eat shit right now if you give me $75.
It was weird, actually. I just looked at their Kickstarter page and it just says, that's a lot of poo-poo.
Yeah, I didn't like that title for it.
It was very, for the documentary. That's a lot of poo-poo.
Well, I think what they need the money for is the archival footage. Is they have to pay ABC, NBC, Howard Stern because Stern actually was actually who broke the story. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because
I listened to that clip. It's
Yeah.
very, very funny because they did it sort of as a, unfortunately, humorous news, which is also
They
the way
covered
I
it
just
like
did
us.
it. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm reading Stern's new book, which I highly recommend.
Yeah.
And especially if you're an amateur interviewer out there, it's interesting to just kind of read an interview and see kind of his style.
And you realize that I started because Nat got it too, and we started reading it in the house, and it is legitimately. I was like, I never really understood that Howard Stern had a process before until I started really like reading the interviews. Being like, man, he really gets people to say whatever by asking. It's just asking really intense questions. Like up front, like no bullshit. Like him talking with, I remember him doing a thing with Ozzy Osbourne's son, Jack Osbourne, being like, "You wear condoms?" Like with his girlfriend in front of him. It's pretty fun.
Yes, he is. He is kind of fun, dare I say, which is the name of the new wrestling podcast coming to the Last Podcast Network at some point within, what do you think, 2 weeks?
I'd say 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
2-3 weeks. So it'll be out there. All right. Well, so that's that dude. Ed, what was
That's
his-
horrible. What a horrible story.
yeah, what an
Yeah,
absolutely
absolutely.
horrible story.
I'm sorry I did this to everybody.
I know. Ed Savitz, he was arrested.
But it's
again,
not. It's barely a story. I just say, like, have fun. Look it up yourself.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's,
Have fun with it.
Yeah, 5,000 photographs of boys, 312 soiled boys' underwear. All right. So he was
Can I ask? Maybe this is an appropriate question.
Disgusting.
When it says soiled underwear, do you think it just means previously worn, or do you think there needs to be Duke on it?
I think soiled means previously worn. I think it means used
Yeah.
underwear, but demonstrably used.
So it's got to have Duke on
It
it.
doesn't have to have Duke if it has sweat stains on it. I think that's just fine.
How often are you sweating? I've never had sweat stains in my underwear.
oh, I'm sure you have.
No, I mean
it
it comes out. They get sweaty.
They get sweaty.
Yeah, but after you say it's a real hot day, you take off your underwear after wearing it for 12 hours.
2 to 3 days.
Is it dry? Is it demonstrable?
No one
that
wants
you've
to
been-
think about our underwear. We are not porn stars.
Well, I wear boxer briefs. And now what I did is I went and I got some fancier stuff that has like the wicking. I got some of the wicking stuff. So basically, it's like I'm wearing a golf shirt, but I'm wearing it on my balls.
Great. What do you
All
got,
right.
Ben?
I just wear, honestly, my underwear. I go to a laundromat in Brooklyn.
No,
and-
not your underwear. What are your stories?
Oh, I thought we wanted to talk about underwear. No, just to wrap up on this dude here. So evidently he did know Sandusky, and yes, they probably were together.
Oh yeah, they
And
definitely
it is
Eiffel Towered a couple of Boy Scouts and high fived each other. I'm
Second
certain.
Mile Foundation was the name of the foundation that Sandusky had. So anyway, he's dead, and Sandusky, God knows what's happening to him in prison. All right, well, let's do this story.
Do you
here.
think they even let him use the showers? Because at this point,
I
guess
think
what?
that
They don't
people
have to
force
worry
him
about
into
it,
the showers. Yeah,
right? But I mean, like, but he's not even that. Like, he's not like. This is maybe
he's
inappropriate.
He's big.
Maybe this
He's
is
a
inappropriate
big
to
guy.
say, but like, he's kind of gross to want to have sex with, right?
It's prison.
I would imagine Jerry Sandusky is in protective custody 23 hours a day and gets maybe a shower a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and either way, we do our jokes here, but prison rape is a real problem in this country, and it's something that needs to be addressed.
I'm not pro it.
I know you're not, but also when you say I'm not pro it does make people think maybe he's pro it.
No, I say
You
I'm
don't
not
have to
pro
s-
it
No-
so that
no
it's
kid-
on the record. It is on the record. That's all that matters is the record.
That's what happened with O'Donnell, the candidate, where her first campaign ad was "I am not a witch," and then everyone's like, "Maybe she's a witch." Anyway,
Rise from your grave.
Summer schedules can get busy fast with camps, vacations, sports, family time. And, every single time Carmi eats a block of dark chocolate, we got to take her to the emergency room. You know how much time that takes. All right, IXL makes it easy to keep learning part of the routine in just a few minutes a day. IXL is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning, whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. From pre-K through 12th grade, IXL offers personalized, interactive learning that adapts to each child's level and pace, which is great because Carmi has been really slow in biology, and Wendy has really been struggling with American history, mostly just because she doesn't agree with the way it's being taught. So it's really important. You make an impact on your child's learning. Wendy, as soon as she gets her chicken, she is ready for all of her lessons. And Carmi just really has to eat 5 or 6 bites of liver, beef liver, chicken liver, and then she can really get down to, I'm hoping this is the year she reads To Kill a Mockingbird. So really, IXL, thank you. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And Last Podcast on the Left listeners can get an exclusive 20% off at IXL membership when they sign up today at IXL.com/left. Visit IXL.com/left to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price. Is there anything better than a summer evening outdoors? Enjoy your space to the fullest with new greenery from Fast Growing Trees. I love a big, thick bush. Fast Growing Trees is America's largest, most trusted online nursery, and they can send me a big, thick bush any time of the day. It arrives at work. It arrives at my car. I can pinpoint on a Google map where it is. Send me a big, thick, brown bush. And they send it immediately when they have it, because sometimes the shaver comes to town. I remember one time I ordered a cherrywood tree from Fast Growing Trees. And my God, I couldn't cut it down, no matter what my father told me to do. I had to lie to him about it. And next thing you know, I became the first president of the United States of America. And even you can become the first president of the United States of America with Fast Growing Trees. Right now, get up to half off select summer planning essentials, plus get an additional 20% off your first purchase with code LEFT at checkout. That's an additional 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com with code LEFT at checkout. Offer is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply. All right, I know what you're thinking.
I like to go banking, but I don't want to give to these big old banks all the time that cater to the 1%. Well, go ahead and get yourself hooked up with Chime. It's banking built for you, not just those rich jerks. And they got thousands of fee-free ATMs because why pay to get your own money? Chime is working for you, man. You get your Chime card, you're going to get travel perks, you're going to get into airport lounges, you're going to get those chicken thighs. You know, every time I go to an airport lounge, I get chicken thighs. And you know what I say whenever I see a plate of chicken thighs? Give me more. Chime's going to get you those chicken thighs in these lounges, all right? Sure, they could serve other types of meat, but why would you when chicken thighs are so delicious? Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. Head to chime.com/left. That's chime.com/left. It only takes a few minutes to sign up. Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services for Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required. Checking account ranking based on JD Power Survey published October 20th, 2025. For more information on travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
Rise from your grave.
All right, let's move on to this carnival worker. Obviously, there's a stigma of carnival workers, but sometimes stigmas apply.
Yeah, because I mean, is Carney racist? We found out
you
that
can say
people.
Carney.
I don't know because I found out when we said we got some
Carnival,
more of our
it's not a
sensitive
race.
Newfoundlander that group of people. When we call them Newfies, some people get upset. They broach at the topic of being called a Newfie.
There's always three people upset with everything.
Yes.
They'd be upset if you didn't call them Newfies.
The reason why I said the word Newfie is because one of my best friends, his mother's from Newfoundland, and I know her quite well, and she refers to herself as Newfies.
But is it like the way my father calls us a bunch of dirty Polacks? But if I said that to a group of people on the street, I'd get beat to death?
Maybe it's something that since we're not from Newfoundland, we can't say Newfie.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Well, this carnival worker, he's a serial killer. He confessed to killing 3 women within 18 days. So he's a traveling carnival worker. His name is James Michael Wright. He's 23 years old. He's out of Mendota, Virginia. He confessed to fatally shooting 3 women during an 18-day span between February 28th and March 17th near his home, but claimed the killings were accidental.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, if you're a carnival worker and you accidentally kill 3 people, it doesn't make the ride much safer. Like if you're just like, oh, I forgot the screws. Why do I have all these screws in my pocket? Oh, dang it.
I have questions.
Okay.
First of all, is it a traveling carnival operator? Is
yes,
it a traveling carny? So these are the parking lot guys.
Is that right?
Yeah, the guys that set up in big parking lots.
Oh,
do
yeah, of
travel for a
course.
few days and then move on.
So yeah, he wasn't with like the Carnival. Like he wasn't with Cirque du Soleil kind of carnival.
No, he was just a traveling carnival worker, so he says it was on accident, and this is according to the Washington County Sheriff Fred Newman. He says, quote, "We find that hard to believe based on the information we have."
That was accidental.
Yes. So Newman said Wright admitted killing the 3 victims after meeting them through his employment as a subcontractor for James H. Drew Exposition, a Georgia-based amusement company that operates alongside the East Coast.
So
We
he's
sort of
talking
ran
that-
into him.
So he murdered women who came to the carnival.
Basically, the other victims, basically it was people that were not necessarily at the carnival. They were just kind of around his area.
They wouldn't. Why would they be around his area if they weren't at the carnival?
No, this was near his home. The remains of 2 bodies to believe.
Oh, so he did all this as a hobby? It wasn't even on the job?
No, I don't.
I thought
think
this
he
was like there's something wicked this way comes.
Well, this is according to, again, the sheriff. He says the investigation is ongoing regarding the suspect's activities while traveling with the carnival because, again, we know the carnival traveled extensively, certainly throughout the East Coast. Basically, this individual killed 3 women within an 18-day period. Asked if Wright was a serial killer, Newman said, "I think you can say that, Yes. Marcus, what do you think? Serial killer?
Yes.
And so this man probably has more bodies, don't you think?
More than likely. I have more carnival questions.
Oh, my.
What kind of carny was he? Was he like a roustabout? Was he a operator? Was he a concession worker?
Marcus Kissel is not you.
I'm looking at his no, I can speculate. I can speculate. I'm looking at his mugshot, and I'm gonna say this guy. He what's the name of that sugary thing that's all fluffy?
Cotton candy?
Cotton
Yeah,
candy.
he's a cotton candy guy.
Concessions.
God,
Concessions.
you really think? Let me see his face.
He looks like a concessions guy.
Let me see his face.
He's concessions.
I don't know. He looks like a guy that could put up a tent.
That's a roustabout. That's what a roustabout
No,
is.
this guy is handsome by carnival worker standards.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's new. So those
but
guys
don't you
move
want
up.
the concessions?
Those are the grunts, the roustabouts. Tell me if I'm wrong, Marcus, but I believe roustabouts are more new to the carnival world because that's the backbreaking work that you don't get, like the Barker
But
stuff. You
he's-
don't get all of the retail side of carnival work until you have shown your bones.
It's tough to say though. He's got a face with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth.
Yeah.
and 2 ears.
And he also murdered 3 girls, which is right at the top of the application.
Yeah, well, of course, that probably got him the job. But I'm going to say this guy might have been in the concessions because he's the face of the company.
I'm going to go with roustabout. I'm going to go with Henry on this one.
Okay.
Especially if he was new. If he was new, yeah, you definitely have to work your way up in the
Well,
carnival
we don't
business.
know that he was
So-
new. He was 23 years old and
Do
he
you know-
traveled around all the time.
He's
He could be-
23.
Yeah, but on the other hand, at 23, he might have been in the carnival business for 5-6 years.
Oh, yeah, 10, 15 years.
Anyway, just quickly here, the
Well, what
victim's
else?
names.
So he shot them. He shot them at a distance. Do you know anything else about the nature
so
of
what
the crimes?
we know is Jocelyn M. Elsep, she was 17 years old, RIP, that's super sad. She was the daughter of one of his coworkers.
Oh.
So he shot her. The other victims were identified as Elizabeth Marie Van Meter. She was only 22. And the other victim was Athena Hobson. Both women were reported missing in March. So it seems like he was, he shot the daughter of someone he knew.
Got that first taste.
I
But my
guess
question
so.
is, but you don't know anything else, any other
No, I
details?
just have what's here in the New York Post.
Okay, so this will unfold. But so we don't know if he has more bodies.
Well, one
he
body was-
confessed to those 3 murders.
Yes, he did, and he said it was on accident.
Yeah.
One body
Oh,
was found
yes.
in a shallow grave. Well,
And
the
you
others-
always do that. I always put my accidents in a shallow grave. I burned a
of
couple
course.
of pancakes the other day, and
On accident.
On accident,
I know.
And I always then have to drive about 20 miles out into the desert. I build a shallow grave next to all my boys' underpants that I keep just for memories.
What kind of pizza is this? Oh, it's my favorite kind. Poo-poo pizza. One body. This is very sad, obviously, folks. You know that it's a true crime show, so it gets a little blue. One body was found in a shallow grave, while the other 2 were discovered near some logs. So yeah, he was full on.
These logs will hide them.
Yeah,
These
boy.
logs will do it. It's-
Love that New York Post reporting.
Oh, well,
Some logs.
Some logs. I mean, they didn't elaborate on if it was an oak or a pine tree,
Boy,
but
it's just that big city beat of Jimmy Breslin. Some logs.
New York Post reporters hear a lot of these stories. I don't even
Yeah.
think they register it at all. But
No, why? They don't feel feelings.
no, they can't.
I think a real reporter shouldn't feel anything, really. They should be kind of like dead-eyed, constant, like looking out just for the truth, not experiencing anything sort of subjective whatsoever.
Yeah, I think that's an accurate description of most reporters. Totally dead-eyed and without a soul.
Like full on like little camcorders, but with penises and vaginas.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. So that's a little tale there, which is sad. So be careful. And also just a little story here before we get to Marcus's fun little breakdown of whatever Marcus wants to talk about.
I got
Jesus.
stuff.
I know he's got stuff, but of course Slipknot. We know Slipknot. We're and are we
Not
fans?
personally.
No, we don't know anyone cool personally. No. Well, that's not true. Anyone we know that we've met and that knows us, you're cool.
Good rollback, because
Thank
really,
you.
really
Yeah.
good save.
Thank you so much. So the Slipknot frontman, Corey Taylor, he claims that he blew out his testicle while practicing vocals for Slipknot's upcoming European tour. And I'm just going to say that is a hell of a advertising tactic. To
Super
be like,
metal.
This rocks so hard I blew out my nut.
I
pretty
pissed
cool.
out my nut.
Yes, he said that he was pissing blood. He said Corey added this is what he wrote in a tweet. He said, working on my 87 dock and high notes this morning, fucked around and blew out the left testicle. Careful on re-entry, kids. Then added hashtag kiss of death and piss and blood. So Slipknot still got it. Although everyone gets older, and at some point you bust your testicles singing.
I see James Hetfield with his I want to say it's like an arthritis guard or something he has on his hand. And
Yeah, Kirk Hammett too.
yeah, it's starting to happen to all of them.
Yeah, they're all breaking down pretty fast.
Yeah, it's a hard life on the road. Look at us.
Absolutely.
We've been on the road for 3 years, and I'm fucking. I turned white. Do you remember when I started when I was Puerto Rican?
I do
you remember
that. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that.
Wow.
All right. So those are a couple of stories from my little books here. It's not a book, it's a phone. But
Yeah, that's really strange. You called your phone multiple books. Where are you?
honestly, we had the first time ever on the flight over here. I read the book. Granted, it was the Howard Stern book. It was a pleasure read, not a work read, as Marcus always does. But Marcus played video games and watched movies, and I read a book on a plane.
Wow. I was waiting for the next edit to come back. Actually, no, you're not completely true. The first flight, I played video games and watched movies. Second flight, worked on Rendlesham. But we're waiting for the second edit to come back on the book, so I spent a nice couple hours playing Cuphead and watching Attack on Titan.
Man, watching
There
you
you
play
go.
Cuphead, I'll actually at least say this.
What's
Marcus?
Cuphead?
Cuphead's a game.
No, I know it's a game. What's it about?
I don't know.
Game where
You're going to make him try to explain
you're
this?
Gonna make me
I actually
explain
wanna-
Cup-
yeah, now I do.
Cuphead. All right, fine. It's about Cuphead and Mughead, and they've both lost
video
their
game.
souls to the devil in a dice game. And so, in order to save their souls, they have to travel through their imaginary land, defeating gigantic monsters in order to collect the soul contracts for the devil.
You know, man,
You asked.
I don't know.
You
I
can't
know- I
just
like-
explain because it's a side scroller. So if you try to explain the plot of a side scroller, it really doesn't make any. It
It's
doesn't
a very
help.
difficult side-scrolling game.
Also, by the way, if you're out there and you know how to make a video game, we would love to do a video game with Last Podcast on the Left.
We would.
That's a
Yes.
very big ask.
Yeah, that's
No, it's we've actually been approached for a side scroller, so that would be awesome if that happened.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, do it in a
I'd
second.
love that,
I
yeah.
want to do
Make
say
a
thank you.
Metroidvania.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, they know what I mean.
Yeah, that would be sweet. All right. Now I started playing. I want to say thank you to anybody who gave me the recommendation to play RimWorld.
Yeah, I've been playing
Is this
RimWorld.
another sexual thing for you?
No, I just do it to myself though.
It's called a Rim World.
What I do is I play the game and then I wet my finger and I just play with my butthole. So it goes like a crystal, like you do with the crystal glass.
out of here. That's a weird thing for a butthole to say.
But it's nice. I think it's refreshing to watch Marcus play video games.
Yeah.
Because at least he does it like a man would.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
honestly, like you don't make any noises. You just sit and play the thing. You sit and play the games. Where it's like I sit with
man
Holden
would?
What
What are
sit
you
with Holden
talking
McNeely.
about?
Have you ever sat with Holden
Oh, this
McNeely
is
while he's
just
playing
you
with the
trying
Switch?
to find a roundabout way to make fun of Holden McNeely
course.
from Wizard of the Bruiser.
Yes, but watching him play video games, of him going like he's got his scrunch up like he's fucking 12, like in the back of a van. No matter what, he's playing Switch, be like, oh man, oh this game's cheating, and he like looks at him and like, oh man, he's like, oh, I'm trying, like he like huffs. If you, I'd like try to say something to him, be like, hold it, and he just go like, what? What is it? And it's being like, you're a fucking 36-year-old man. You're a 36-year-old man. Stop acting like you're in the fucking back of a family vacation in this fucking station wagon.
Well, all right. Wizard and the Bruiser, check it out. Holden does know what he's talking about when it comes to all things video games. He's doing competitions now.
He just goes to them.
I know.
He just goes to the
No, he
building
fought in
where
one.
there's
He
a competition.
I'm not defending.
And he lost immediately.
This is one of our oldest friends, by the way.
that's why I'm allowed to say these
I
things.
know, but sometimes we have to remind people we are still all friends. But yes, Holden's very annoying. I understand that.
Dude, they're interrupting me. I like to hear the music.
It's fine. All right.
Rise from your grave.
You know, I rip around in the bed. You might actually not be surprised by this, but I'm a restless sleeper. I roll back and forth like an alligator with a wounded deer. But Something's changed in my house, and it's thanks to Boll and Branch. You know, people keep their bedding way longer than they should. It's because people are afraid of change. Not me. I burn my sheets once a week, but I don't need to, because Boll and Branch's signature organic cotton sheets, pillows, blankets, and comforters are all designed to be breathable, incredibly soft. They get better over time. Start with the signature sheets. You're going to buy 2 sets so you can rotate them. Come on, you're going to want to. The moment you get into bed, you'll notice a difference. I know I did. I just got fresh from the bath. I was fully lotioned. And sliding into those sheets kind of felt like, to be honest, I felt like the luckiest pasta filling in the whole world. All right, they're really good. You will like them. You will feel like a brand new laid chicken, which is we're all going for. Just trying to be a hot chick again. Sleep cooler this summer with Boll and Branch during their annual summer event. For a limited time, get 20% off site-wide at bollandbranch.com/left with code LEFT. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/left. Code LEFT to take 20% off. bollandbranch.com/left, code LEFT. Exclusions apply.
Call me a squirrel, 'cause I'm covered in acorns. That's right. So many people are focused on where their money is today. And Acorns is the financial wellness app that cares about where your money is going tomorrow. Let Acorns work for you. You put acorns in the ground and you're gonna get trees tomorrow. That's right, investments. And with the Acorns potential screen, you could find out what your money is capable of. I always do that. I'm like, I want to invest in something that I like. Let's say cheeseburgers. Okay? That's kind of hard to do. Acorns will help you find a cheeseburger that is right for you. So sign up now, and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment. Wow! Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/left or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided. Potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings. Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/left. Hey there, everybody. Is your cell phone bill too much money? Are you getting that bill and you're like, hey, what is this? I can't believe for what? For 5G? Are you crazy right now? $100? I don't even barely got any bars when I'm just sitting in my living room, okay? You don't have to deal with that anymore. Are you ready for this? $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month on Mint Mobile. Yeah, baby. Get their wireless plan, because they're just sitting there on the T-Mobile 5G network, and it's just $15. Your whole life, you're just paying all this money every month. You're like, why? Where's it going? It's going to these phone companies that are robbing you. So go to Mint Mobile. Let them help you talk to your mom. So get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when the network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabytes hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Live from your grave.
Marcus, what have you brought for us today?
Oh, Henry mentioned music, and I'm going to be going way back to the 1960s to tell the story of record producer Joe Meek.
Cool.
Marcus with his segment. That's good.
Thank
Totally
you.
professional.
Well, Joe Meek was a revolutionary but nowadays little-known record producer who, back in the early to mid-'60s, produced a fair amount of hits in the UK that are now largely forgotten outside of the music geek world.
With stuff like Strawberry Alarm Clock and like He Who Goes to the Watchtower Goes, like weird, like that kind of prog shit.
Even more obscure than Incense and Peppermints. Like, it's way past that.
Yeah, Incense and Peppermints is famous. I love that song.
And
I love
Incense
it.
and Peppermints, strawberry wine.
Makes me feel like I want to wear pasties. What? Oh, really? You just talked about your underwear. I look great in pasties.
About you, just
Well, that's my end of my career life. Where
just
I'm
two
just like
pieces of
working at,
bologna on top of your nipples, being like, "It's lunchtime."
working at Thunderbones in Atlanta or something.
No, it's hard to nail down exactly what Meek's specific sound was, but if I had to describe the majority of his work, I'd say dirty space-age noise manipulation filtered through the mind of a guy who thought ghosts talked to him through his recording equipment.
Hell yeah!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
It's cool as shit.
You just sold me on him.
Does he have a serious mental illness?
Yes!
Okay.
But we'll get into that later.
Okay.
But Meek was also a man of accomplishments. He produced the first single to go #1 in both the UK and the US. He was the first British independent producer. He recorded the first rock concept album, and he founded Britain's first indie label.
What was the
Okay.
concept like? What if the Titanic didn't sink?
Oh, that would have been great.
It was
That
about aliens.
Fuck yeah, man! I fucking like this guy.
Yeah, it was cool as shit. Now, of course, that #1 hit ended up destroying him. The record companies didn't want to work with him because he was an unstable tyrant. He only released 4 tracks of his concept album on an EP that sold only 99 copies, and his music label folded in a year. But there lies the tragedy of Joe Meek.
So
Honestly-
he was a real artist,
He
and not one of these
was.
sellouts that does well.
Yeah, there is something really cool about selling only 99 albums. That's kind of an accomplishment in its own right.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing wasn't released until like they finally released it in I think 91 or 93 or something like that. But he did Joe Meek and the Blue Men. It's fucking great. I would recommend
Oh, you
it.
can see actually good music.
Well, I think it's good.
And he likes the pipe organ.
Oh, that's true. Are you still listening to Pipe Organ
You mean
Pipes?
Hot Pipes?
Yeah,
Hot
you're-
Pipes, the Pipe Organ Podcast. Yeah, I'm still listening to
How's
Hot
it
Pipes.
doing?
I mean, it's still Hot Pipes. It
Have they
doesn't
gotten the
change.
bump? Did they get the last podcast bump?
I don't know. I don't talk to the host of Hot Pipes.
I imagine
Nor
he's
would
accessible.
He talk to me.
I'm certain he would go, "Oh, Marcus, I knew I need another man who understood the melodious sounds of the pipe organ."
Oh my God, host of Hot Pipes. What are you doing with that empty pizza box?
Oh, it's my favorite pizza.
What's in there?
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah.
I got it here fresh from France.
From France?
Yeah, look at it. It's Dookie.
It is. Oh no.
Is that what he sounds like?
No, not at all.
Okay, not at all.
But the failures of Joe Meek is only the smallest part of the tragedy. The reason why we're talking about Joe Meek today is because his life ended in a brutal murder-suicide.
It's got to.
Oh my God, I'm looking at a picture of this guy. He's got the pompadour. He's got an old school look to him. Kind of handsome dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before we get into the murder-suicide, let's get into Joe Meek's weird-as-shit life.
Okay.
Now, some called Meek the low-budget Phil Spector.
I can tell you exactly who called him that. Phil Spector.
Absolutely.
Because Meek recorded all of his music in a custom studio built in his London apartment. And to give you an idea of what his music was like, here's a clip from his aforementioned #1 hit, Telstar by the Tornadoes.
Oh. Honestly,
Surprisingly boring.
no. I thought that was. It's like a
I
video
thought it would
game.
have more like pew, zip, pew.
It seems to me like if I was walking down the streets, I would feel like I was Mughead or Jugbutt or whatever the name of your video game players are.
I love Jugbutt. I love that game.
Yeah, but like it's very video gamey.
Well, you only listened to a clip. You didn't listen to the beginning of the song that had all the space-age noise in it. And you got to listen to it with headphones.
This is all
and
you're
that's
giving
when
me.
Because I can't play the entire song for you right now. You got to do the reading. I told you we were doing Joe Meek a week ago.
I know.
Do the reading, Henry.
You could have listened to Vampires, Cowboys, and Spacemen, which is the 2 CD set that was released a few years ago that brought together all of his wonderful recordings, or at least the stuff that had to do with Vampires, Cowboys, and Spacemen.
I was reading about underwear stiffing.
I know what you were doing, but this is crazy. So that was in what, the 50s?
That was 1963.
So that was pretty.
No, maybe either 1961 or 1963. One of the two.
That was really good. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's great stuff. Yeah, you got to listen to the entire song. But that was one of Meek's more normal songs. Here's one that he produced with a guy named Screaming Lord Such called I'm in Love with Dracula's Daughter.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
But I can't resist that passionate kiss. I'm in love with Dracula's daughter. What she gave me a peck.
I am downloading this for the plane. I seriously am. I think that sounds kind of cool.
It's great. Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, and Lord Such used to do live performances in London dressed as Jack the Ripper. And the reason why they called him Screaming Lord Such, not because he screamed on his recordings, but during live shows, he would just scream at people in the middle of the song and they all go, "Oh no, he's screaming again."
And this is why we've never heard of him.
I don't know.
Technically, it sounds like Murderfest.
We're not going to talk about anybody you've ever heard of on this episode until I get to the part when I talk about all the people that Joe Meek said no to.
Okay, all right.
But besides just the weird stuff, Meek also produced somewhat more traditional songs, like his first #1 hit, Johnny Remember Me by John Layton.
It's about him remembering himself?
Johnny, remember me.
It'll make sense.
Maybe that's his last name.
Johnny?
Hey, my name is Johnny, remember me? And he'd be like, no, I don't think we've met before. No, my last name is Remember Me. What are you talking about? My name is Johnny, remember me.
Is this
what do
like
you mean?
old school? The Abbott and Costello is what you're talking about, but it's really, really stupid.
All right, let's check it out.
Well, it's hard to believe, I know, but I hear her singing in the sign of the wind blowing in the treetops way above me.
Honestly, man,
I like this one.
Yeah, it's great. The 60s were cool.
I actually went through.
Say.
We all went through all of Murderfist. Went through a period of time where we were listening to a lot of psychedelic music, and it's fun to do. It just like it does ramble. It does sound like Johnny You Remember Me. Does sound like one of those things that when you experience at a Los Angeles party, when you meet somebody and you go like, "Oh, hey, what's your name?" It's like Alan. We've met.
I know.
Just live with it.
Fucking.
I love
I
it.
guess I couldn't remember you, huh? I guess you suck.
Wow.
You must suck then.
Are you freaking out?
Now, despite Joe's success in the music world, he was completely tone deaf, he couldn't play an instrument to save his life, and he couldn't read or write music because he got all of his ideas out by horribly singing a tune over and over again until his musicians could figure out what to play.
Johnny, remember me. Johnny remembers who remembers me.
It must have worked, though.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone
worked.
got it.
Yeah, because Telstar would be like, ga, ba, da, ba, da,
And your guys, just, all the tubas are struggling to do it. And then he's like, now you've got it. Where they just start being like, we just started playing a fucking random ass tune. And you just decided we got it.
Yeah, the bassist is in the corner taking a dump in a pizza box. Something weird's going on.
This is for a senator.
Oh, really? Special delivery.
But melody and musicality was not what made Joe Meek such a fantastic producer. Musically, it was said that Joe was an absolute moron. But when it came to sound, Joe Meek was a genius. And this obsession with sound came with a morbid bent.
Now, when you mean he good with sound.
He good with sound.
What does that mean?
He was able to produce the weird sounds that he had in his head on tape.
This is like if Joseph Callinger was
Yeah.
a producer.
If if he was able to take the things that were happening in his head and put it out on tape, like he had a very specific way that he wanted things to sound. And he was able to use tape manipulation. He would stomp on a bathroom floor to get like a certain bass drum sound that he had in his head. The sounds that he had in his head, he was able to actually make those happen.
So good record producer, horrible apartment neighbor.
I can't imagine.
I would rather live next to Dahmer. I serious, because at least he had to be quiet.
You know what? We're going to get into that. See, one of Meek's big obsessions was speaking with people beyond the grave. And besides the many seances that he took part in, Joe used to take tape machines to graveyards to see if he could pick up the voices of the dead.
Goth Daddy.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, the closest he ever came was when he ran across a cat once, and he thought the cat was speaking in a man-like way.
Hey, I'm a cat.
Are you a cat or are you just a ginger man?
Name's Ed. They call me Uncle Ed. I'm obsessed with poop and pizza.
See? It gets into the back of your head. It haunts you. It fucks with you.
It does haunt me.
But the eventual translation of what the cat was trying to say was loose, to say the least. The best Joe could come up with was that the cat was saying, "Help me." What? But you can judge for yourself. I actually have the tape.
Okay.
Listen here.
Honestly, I hate that it's saying "help me."
I can hear it. I hear it.
You hear it? Yeah.
Yeah. I can.
Help me.
Yeah, it's like any EVP where they tell you what it is, and then you're like, okay.
Except for the one where the guy says, "I have the body of a pig."
Yes, that was fucking sweet, dude. It's fucking sweet.
I have the body of a pig is incredible. But people do that with our intro as well. They say "rise from your grave."
It says the words on it. It's not EVP.
It says "Rise from your grave." It's from Altered Beast.
I know, but some people have different meanings. Some people don't know what it says.
It's "Rise from your
They're
grave."
hearing it wrong.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
That's different. That's what we're talking about here. Is a cat saying "Help me." That's a very
Oh,
And it's not
I'm
even
so
saying help me, it's just
sorry. What
meowing.
we're talking about here is a cat saying "Help me." God forbid.
Meek was into all kinds of occult shit, and he heavily studied the works of Aleister Crowley, although they didn't really make him special in the music world in the 60s, especially in Britain. All those fuckers were into Aleister Crowley. But the thing is, Meek actually may have contacted the other side. Meek said that during a seance/tarot card reading in January of 1958, a spirit told him that Buddy Holly would die on February 3rd.
Oh.
Now, it just so happened that Holly was touring the UK at the time, and Meek was able to meet him backstage at a show to deliver the message.
Oh,
Can you imagine fucking being backstage before a show? You're Buddy Holly, and you're like, "Hey, but boss, I should put my glasses on for tonight's performance." It's like, "No, buddy, that makes you look like a nerd." It's like, "No, I think it's going to make me different." And then all of a sudden you have Joe Meek come in and be like, "You're going to die. I spoke to a ghost cat. I spoke to a ghost cat. It told me you're going to die, Buddy Holly." And then you have to then go and play Pegasus. Pegasus.
Just plumes of smoke coming through the door as he enters like a cryptic doomsayer.
Yeah, and Buddy Holly's he's just some fucking kid from Lubbock. So actually, he was probably like, "I got to put my glasses on, goddamn it. Oh, hi, Joe Meek, nice to... Oh, I'm going to die, am I?"
Yeah.
Very good.
But then you wail on him. That's what I would have done.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And this isn't just rumor or legend. Buddy Holly actually acknowledged in an interview that someone in the UK told him he was going to die in February. But it was already past February when Buddy Holly talked about the prediction, so he wasn't worried. But as it turned out, Spirit wasn't talking about February 3rd, 1958. It was talking about February 3rd, 1959.
Whoa.
AKA the day the music died.
Oh my God, that is creepy.
Yeah, it does work. Richie Valens, Big Bopper, and Buddy Holly all in one.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So, he was right. It's just
could've
about
been a
everything but
coincidence.
his career.
Yeah.
Well, air travel used to be much more dangerous. That is for sure. That's the
Yeah.
thing with Leonard Skinner as well. When they died, the person on the television news said rock band Leonard Skinner just died. I'm like, get it right. But they took that plane. They knew it was a horrible plane, and they were like, "We'll just give it one last shot." Mm-hmm. All I know is these planes better be running pretty good when we're up there. Mm-hmm. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I know, but don't be scared. Just have booze. Booze will help you not be scared.
I know, but at some point, I can't have booze anymore when the doctor tells me that I can't.
We talked about this, Marcus, last on Side Stories, where he said the doctor will eventually, there's something that the doctor will tell all of us that we will have to stop doing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to
eventually.
quit that vape.
Yeah.
You're going to have to quit vape and tobacco.
It's also going to be sugary drinks as well. That's going to have to get cut out.
It's just because your teeth.
Yeah.
No, he's got
But your
great
teeth look good now, honestly.
Thank you. I've been taking good care of them.
Can
No,
we
I see.
not bring up Marcus's teeth?
I didn't
That was
even mean to. Honestly, I was
we
being
used
nice.
to do roast comedy, and then all of us realized we couldn't because all of us got our feelings hurt. And then we had to make massive changes in life.
Yes.
This whole Buddy Holly death prediction thing could have just been a coincidence, but either way, Joe Meek had been eerily right in predicting the death of one of his favorite musicians. Problem was, though, Joe Meek was also severely bipolar and showed heavy signs of schizophrenia. So such a confirmation was unhealthy because now he had it in his head that his paranoia, his predictions, they could come true.
Not
because
good.
one of them came true on a worldwide scale.
See, that would not freak me out. That would make me be like, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to. I would be like Oprah passing out gifts, but death cards.
And in addition to the bipolar disorder and the schizophrenia, Joe Meek had a constant intake of amphetamines to stay awake and barbiturates to fall asleep,
60s, man.
which only exacerbated his mental health problems.
Said it almost. Is it really any difference in the amount of coffee that I have to drink to keep going,
Absolutely.
and the
It's
amount
a-
of booze that I have to put into my body to go to sleep?
It's a gigantic difference if you're fucking juggling yellow jackets and bennies.
I wish I was.
Yeah.
The 60s were crazy with that stuff.
It was fun, man. Because the government used to give you the pills, and the government used to be. It was the
government
same.
still does.
It was the same pills they were using to fight the Jerry's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this, of course, led to a fair amount of violent and unpredictable episodes, such the times that he held a shotgun to the head of Mitch Mitchell, the eventual drummer of the Jimi Hendrix Experience,
Oh, my
to
God.
quote-unquote inspire a better performance.
That's what Werner Herzog did with what's his name, the actor that he works with all the time.
Johnny, remember me?
Yeah, Johnny, remember me? He did with him.
And if this is starting to sound a lot like American record producer Phil Spector, Phil Spector responsible for Be My Baby, You Lost That Love and Feeling, To Do Ron Ron, and countless others.
And a lot of murder.
Murder as well.
It's hard to be a producer.
Yeah, it is.
Ask Travis. Ask Marcus.
Yeah. Joe Meek and Phil Spector actually had one interaction. One day, Phil Spector decided to call Joe Meek's apartment studio to pay his respects because Phil Spector was a big Joe Meek fan. But Meek, who was famously paranoid, told Spector to fuck off and stop stealing his ideas.
Okay.
And then he
I like
slammed the handset down on the receiver over and over again until it broke into 1,000 pieces.
Bit of overreaction.
I want to have that free. I want to have enough confidence one day in my life to do that, though.
Yeah.
But of course, now we have smartphones.
Yeah.
You can't break them.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, they're really difficult to break. And if you snap them open, they're technically filled with poison.
Oh, okay. Just a lot of info on there.
And I will say, though, even though Meek wrote and produced amazing songs, like I love Joe Meek, I've loved his songs for years and years and years. It's like his songs are like part of my like happy music repertoire. He was sometimes an absolute fucking idiot when it came to picking talent. A young manager named Brian Epstein went to Meek with a demo tape from a band he was thinking of representing called The Beatles.
The Beatles, it's not even spelled correctly.
Yeah. Meek's advice? Pass.
Wow.
Hard pass.
Yep.
And then he threw the tape in the garbage. He's like, these Mersey Beat boys have no idea what they're doing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Well, that
yep.
should. If you've ever been denied for anything, if you were on Shark Tank, which I watch regularly, and you got denied, don't forget. You can still make it out there.
You got to try hard. And they are looking out for you. They want you to succeed, but you have to come in with the proper, the math breakdown. I forget what that is. You really got to come in with the numbers.
Yeah, you have to gotta have the numbers. All right. Beatles rejected.
Yeah. And instead of pursuing the Beatles, Meek went with bands with names like The Blue Men, The Driving Stupid, The Syndicats, and the worst, Alan Dean and His Problems.
Honestly, Alan Dean and His Problems is the greatest name I've ever heard in my entire
Alan Dean
life.
and His Problems. It is just, he's like, oh, the 405's packed today.
I love that song. Dude, can you sing that song again?
405 is packed today. The 405 is packed today. Take a winger.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy these bands, particularly the work Meek did with the Blue Men. He did his concept album with the Blue Men. The Beatles, that was an objectively horrible decision to make.
A lot of people pass on the Beatles.
Well, were the Beatles, like, was their demo that good?
It was good enough. You know, like it was definitely a good enough where because the problem with the Beatles and a lot of those bands at the time is that all the record producers and companies were like, rock and roll is on its way out.
What did they think was going to come next?
They didn't know. They didn't care.
Just like jazz, like more jazz?
I don't know. Yeah, that's weird.
At the time in England, like around this time, the people, especially in England, the people who were topping the charts were like middle-aged crooners. You know, like
so that's never gonna die. They're like, that's forever.
Yeah, that's forever. And they also these.
You know how many crooners we have now?
Oh, of course. We got Susan Crooner, Tommy Crooner. They live out in Iowa. Great family. Great family.
Both died of AIDS.
Sad though.
Very sad.
Very sad.
Well, these people also, like, the record companies had them under their thumb. They could pay them £20 for a song, and then they'd never have to pay them a single bit of money ever again. And they didn't want to have to deal with all these younger people.
Interesting.
But the Beatles weren't the only people that Joe Meek passed on. A few years after that, a different band came in to audition for Meek, and Meek hated the lead singer so much, he ran into the room, put his fingers in his ears, and screamed until the lead singer left the room, and then Joe Meek blew a raspberry at him as he left. That lead singer was Rod Stewart.
You can't say no to Rod Stewart because he remembers, and he kicks fucking soccer balls into the audience.
Rod Stewart's the man. He still got it. Sex diva.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, Meek convinced the band to fire Rod Stewart and change their name from the Raiders to the Moon Trekkers.
Moon Trekkers?
He has a very, in today's world, he would have found a niche.
He would have. He absolutely
Without a
would
doubt.
have. Yeah, he really would have. And actually, the Moon Trekkers are fucking great. They wrote songs like this. Their classic Night of the Vampire.
So this is the second vampire theme song that Meeks has produced.
He produced a lot of songs about vampires and a lot of songs about UFOs and
I think it's cool.
And a lot of songs about cowboys.
All right. I mean, it's just anything but what I guess he knew, and anything outside of Alan Dean and his problems.
Yes, honestly, it sounds like us whenever we pitched a show to Hollyweird.
Yeah.
Hollywood would be like, it's aliens, serial killers, and cryptids. And they'd be like, what? No, what? He's like, it's cowboys, aliens, and moon trekkers. So, yes, I think this is going to work.
Yeah, vampires, cowboys, and spacemen is definitely
cool.
That's the compilation to go for with Joe Meek because it's all instrumental surf stuff. But this is Night of the Vampire. You're gonna love this song.
Isn't it weird? Surf music exists, but you can't listen to music when you're surfing. So you would think that they would create the music for the surfer.
You can't play because you can't wear headphones.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so a man can play a ukulele next to the beach, which is technically just Hawaii. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they do. Like the big fat guy.
Yeah, kind of weird.
Who died of banana poisoning.
Oh, that's potassium.
Here's this song.
Does Carolina hide in the bathroom while you dance like an old-timey skeleton in a silent cartoon to this?
I'd fuck me. Yeah.
Carolina loves the way I dance to the Moon Trekkers.
That's great.
But yes, I do dance to like an old-timey skeleton to this music, and I've been doing it for a long time, and it's one of those things that if you want to be with me, you better be down with my skeleton dancing.
Whoa.
You have to. You have to be. If you're not down with my skeleton dancing, you're not down with me.
That's like me
It's
with
a
my
big part of
UFOs.
who I am.
It's like if Nat could not stand UFOs, it would be very difficult to be in our own. Yeah.
No, she
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, if you love like the Cramps, go check out Joe Meek's surf stuff.
Okay,
It's
very
fantastic. And actually, that's not even his last fuck up. His third fuck up came after Telstar had become a hit. Meek's head had gotten pretty large, and when a young man named David Jones showed up at Meek's door, Meek said he was just too busy to see him. Eventually, Jones got an audition, but Meek again thought he was absolute shit. Pretty soon after that, David Jones changed his name to David Bowie.
Oh, I thought it was going to be that dude from the Monkees. Wasn't that
Nope.
Davy Jones?
Yeah, that was David. Yeah,
This
that's
is
why he had
David Bowie?
David
But that's
Bowie.
why he had to say. That's why he had to change his name.
Yeah, that's exactly why he had to change his name, because there
Well-
was already a Davy Jones.
Well,
But
thank God. That's so Stewart, David Bowie, and the Beatles.
yeah,
this
he-
guy said no
he
to.
Yeah, he said no. But admittedly, David Bowie's. There's a reason why no one talks about Bowie's first album.
It's bad.
It's awful.
He
Yeah,
started
track
as a
2 is "Sell Me a Coat."
It was strange. He started as a theater guy, and the way he started was in musical theater, and he used to do one-man shows. So it came from this world of the theater, and then
I
it was
see.
more musically.
Yeah,
see.
it was very fanciful. I think the single off of it was "The Laughing Gnome," which was it had a really high pitched gnome voice.
I like that.
It's about him.
In
meeting
your
a gnome.
mind, to the gnome in your mind.
cool.
It's about him meeting a gnome on the street, and then they go watch TV together.
Write what you know.
Actually-
write what you know. That's the only thing you can do.
And also, Meek was the first person. He did see some talent in Tom Jones. He was the very first, but it's not unusual.
Of
He was the
course.
first person to record Tom Jones, but he couldn't get anyone interested in Tom Jones, so Tom Jones moved on.
Really?
Yeah. He also thought the Kinks and the Stones were absolutely awful, but he did at the very least recognize the talent of Ritchie Blackmore, who was the eventual guitarist for Deep Purple.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He told the band that Ritchie Blackmore was playing in that they were all shit except for Ritchie.
Oh, Richie must have been happy.
Yeah.
No way. That's an awkward drive home.
No. There's no way that that ruins a group dynamic when you find out that all of the rest of you are garbage.
But even with all these problems, Joe was still recording and releasing music. Problem was, he wasn't making a dime on anything because his biggest hit, Telstar, even though it had sold 5 million copies, Meek had been sued for plagiarism because a French composer claimed that he stole the melody from a movie that the French composer had scored like 3 years earlier.
Do you think it's just crazy parallel thinking, or do you think it was?
It's pretty similar. Yeah, it's pretty similar. But I think it was parallel thinking, or maybe he saw the movie and he
slid in
just
there.
kind of slid
It
in there
happens.
because it's not the exact melody, but it's pretty similar.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing with comedians when they're like, I do the itchy butthole bit. And you're doing that now, I saw. And it's like, I mean.
Yeah, and furthermore, the music industry completely moved on from Joe's style because the British invasion sound was in full force, and Meek was able to hop on that sound for one hit by the Honeycombs, a song called Have I the Right. But after that song hit number 1, Meek only had 2 more songs chart. 1966's Please Stay by the Crying Shames, and number 49 with a bullet.
Yep.
Diggin' My Potatoes by Hines and the Wild Boys.
I think it means a woman that loves his balls.
Oh, digging my potatoes.
She's really digging my potatoes.
That's great. So have I the right? It's a very interesting question. It's more of a question than I got a right.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
more-
No, it's a romantic. It's about a guy who's like, "Have I the right to hug and kiss you? Have I the right to be the one?"
it's about consent.
Okay.
It
Very
is.
good.
Yeah, it's a fine '60s like Britpop tune, or not Britpop, but it's a fine '60s British invasion song. There's nothing too special about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine, but Meek's got much better work. But by the time "Diggin' My Potatoes" came out, both Joe Meek's drug use and his mental health problems have produced a highly paranoid, erratic terror of a man. Because Meek thought his recording studio was bugged by Decca Records, who were out to steal his ideas. Like, Joe Meek was not a good dude. Like, he
Sure.
could be fair, he could be very funny, he could be very charming, but he was also like an absolute tyrant. He would throw shit at people.
Okay.
He put a gun to Mitch Mitchell's head.
Right, a shotgun.
Yeah.
But a part of this is, at the time, they thought that this is how shit was done. Almost, in a way.
absolutely not.
Everybody
No.
else was super professional.
Everybody else was super professional. That's why he got fired from the record companies because at the time, record producers in England they all wore white coats because they were engineers and they had to separate themselves from all the riffraff coming in to record their rock and roll.
roll with your dervish spinning.
Hey, Rand, that's a really nice white coat, but you got a little poo-poo smudge. You got a poo-poo smudge.
Yes, I had a birthday party yesterday for my nephew.
You did.
We played the game called Make a Pizza.
Okay. You might want to wash that off before David Bowie comes in here.
Oh, he is skinny.
Oh. There's no poo-poo in that man at all. You ruined me with that stupid frickin' story.
Yeah, man.
But what really pushed Meek over the edge was when he was outed as gay in the local newspaper after his arrest for, quote, importuning from immoral purposes, aka having gay sex in a London public toilet. Because at this time, being homosexual was illegal in
Crazy.
England. Like it was 100. You could be arrested just for being gay.
Wow.
And Joe Meek also came from a very rough and tumble country upbringing. He was the indoor boy while everyone else were the outdoor boys.
Right.
He was terrified of his mother finding out, of his father finding out.
Yeah.
And some people say that did exacerbate his mental health issues even more because he was constantly afraid of being outed. And then he was outed in the newspapers.
I know what it's like to be an indoor boy.
Yeah, we all know what it's like to be an indoor
But
boy.
it just technically made me hornier for boobies. But that's not my fault. I could have gotten gayer too.
I think it just makes you hornier for any. You're just
doesn't
sitting
matter.
around thinking about whatever it is that
Thoughts.
sexually excites you. He got hornier for boys. You got hornier for girls.
Little thoughts, little seeds growing the plants.
It is weird, though, when you suppress certain things. The bathhouses, bathrooms, Larry Craig, the old Republican senator there. It's just strange that they think that's, I guess that's a place where it's private.
Yeah.
The bathroom. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
very bizarre.
private. It's private. It's anonymous.
Yeah, that's where you fuck.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if you can't do it in public.
yeah, it's anonymous. You can't
Or, I
go
mean,
out.
at least, not in public, but
I mean, you have nowhere to meet people.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like everyone has the same urges. I guarantee you, if heterosexual sex became outlawed,
oh my God. That would be.
the heterosexual sex isn't even outlawed, and we still have glory holes. We still go fucking bathrooms.
Can I ask though, when was the first real glory hole done?
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia.
Wow, it's that old?
Archaeological surveys have said.
Oh, I know that hole. Yeah. How are you so familiar with what you call glory holes? You want to go out for pizza? I know what that means. I'm done. All right.
I'm staying in for pizza. This one's DiGiorno.
Oh.
Now, the circumstances behind Joe Meek's violent death are not in question. The only thing that's a little fuzzy is how he got the gun.
Okay.
The former bassist for the Tornadoes and Meek's sometimes lover, Heinz Burt, said that he just left the gun in Joe's apartment to make room in his car.
God, it takes up so much room. That's why I don't have a gun in my car.
Yeah, especially a huge shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Heinz Burt is a fun side story in and of itself, at least in the music world. Joe Meek made him dye his hair blonde to stand out, and then Joe Meek was also known for, with singers at least, for pushing the pretty boys who had zero fucking talent. But yeah, Heinz Burt for years denied that they had a relationship, and then eventually said like, "All right, yeah, we were fucking."
You
it's
got
fine."
me.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm just so happy record producers have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not pushing the pretty boys with no talent. No. It's all ugly, good singers now. Actually, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Not to say he's ugly, but he
It's
doesn't look.
disgusting.
Yeah, he's very good singing. Very good at singing.
Well, other sources say that Meek had taken the gun away from Heinz Burt after Burt admitted that he'd been shooting birds while he was out on tour with the Tornadoes.
Oh.
But either way, the fact remains that on February 3rd, 1967, Joe Meek had a shotgun in his apartment. Now, it probably goes without saying, because Ben, you already pretty much predicted this, that a man who had a recording studio in his apartment is going to have a contentious relationship with his neighbors.
Right.
And that went double for Joe, whose landlady, Violet Shenton, lived on the first floor.
Yeah, you shut up there with your skeleton bones. What are you doing up there, some corner cemetery party?
And furthermore, since the hits had run out and the Telstar royalties were still tied up in the courts, Meek was way behind on rent. And on the day of February 3rd, Joe had woken up manic and paranoid, convinced the police were watching him. Or at least that's what he told studio assistant Robbie Duke, who back then was going by the name of Patrick Pink. Duke was the last person to see either Joe Meek or Violet Shenton alive. That morning, Violet walked up the stairs to have a conversation with Joe about the rent. She stopped in to talk to Robbie, who warned him that Joe was in an awful mood. But Violet, who was apparently a sweet woman, said she'd sort him out.
I'll show him my boobies.
Oh, my.
So she went up to the third floor where Joe was listening to music. The music turned off, then Duke heard shouting, specifically Meek saying, "Where's the book? Where's the book?" over and over again. Now, he could have been talking about the rent book, because apparently that's a thing they do or did in the UK. They'd write down every time they paid their rent in a book, but we're not exactly sure that's the book he was talking about. But
Okay.
It probably was. Either way, pretty soon Duke heard Shenton telling Joe to put down the gun. Then came a sudden blast, and Violet Shenton walked out of the door of the third-floor apartment with a smoking shotgun wound to the back and fell into Robbie Duke's arms, where she died a couple of minutes later.
Whoa.
Then, after killing her, Meek reloaded the shotgun and turned it on himself, ending his own life at the age of 37. It was exactly 8 years to the day since Buddy Holly had himself died after Joe's prediction.
Oh, my God. Cool. Crazy.
And to add one more piece of tragic irony to the whole story, the Telstar plagiarism case was finally settled a couple of weeks after Joe's death in Joe's favor.
So he could have gotten all the money.
The royalties came pouring in about a year later.
Oh, man.
That's what happens, and he could at least have gotten. He could have gone to a loony bin. He could have gone to a booby house.
Yeah, whatever restaurants he wanted to go to.
Something to tighten up the bolts.
Yeah. But Joe Meek wasn't allowed to see him. And for one other weird, tiny little thing, little cherry on top, the date of Phil Spector's murder, when he murdered that woman in his house, February 3rd.
Oh, my God. That is actually totally crazy.
That is really, really weird.
What are the odds? I mean, obviously, it's like 1 out of 365, I guess. But
for it all to be on the same day.
But that is crazy.
Yeah, for them all to be on the same day, yeah.
Wow. All right.
History is interesting.
Now, Marcus, how is you have a music podcast coming out here, right?
Yeah. Me and Carolina are working on a music podcast right now that should be coming out, I think, in like 2 months or so. We're going to be doing it in seasons where we cover like certain genres.
Cool. Is it going to be anything? Are you going to cover stories like this, or is this more going to be like for the last podcast type thing?
I mean, we're definitely going to be. I mean, we're just going to be covering the history of like 10 different punk bands for the first season.
Awesome.
Second season, it's going to be 10 different like 90s alternative bands and so on and so forth. Yeah, we're going to be starting with the Stooges.
But you can't touch anything with the pipe organ circuit because the hot pipes is going to come.
Of course,
going to fucking sue us.
That man's going to murder you.
No.
Yeah, because he's going to show up with a fucking Phantom mask on, and he's going to set fire to your apartment building.
No.
Yeah,
I'll leave the story of Georges Montalba to him.
All right. Well,
Wow, that's a great story, Marcus.
Yeah.
thank you, Marcus. That was great.
You know,
But it will be a lot of stories like that because the music world is full of shit like that.
I really think it's interesting because people they're trying to fix Hollyweird. They're trying to fix these things, but I don't think they understand is that when you open that fucking lid of really talking about like we need to clean up this industry, and you're like, it has been based upon violence and horrible, insane people since the first glory hole.
Since Mesopotamia,
Yes,
from
like
my
literally
understanding.
show business and this type of insanity go hand in hand.
Artistic, that the mind of an artist can go astray sometimes.
And that's the thing about Joe Meek is that he only worked with people that he truly enjoyed.
So
like,
if
he
he
only
didn't-
worked with music that he like truly enjoyed.
Stay
and believed
true to
in.
yourself. That's the lesson.
Right.
Yeah,
And I mean,
also get help for your mental health.
I think
problems.
that's a
that's
bigger
a
lesson.
much important lesson. And also, don't kill your landlady when she asks for rent.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. You can just
Different-
leave your apartment. I would say before you kill anybody, remember you can always just disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't kill anyone.
Never
And
kill anybody. You could just
Right.
fucking take it to the road. It's really hard for people to find you.
And I can't even imagine. I'm sure it's difficult for a dude at that age to get help. I don't know what the 60s culture was for mental health. They probably didn't.
1968.
Yeah.
I mean, it was for him. It was a combination of his mental health problems, his drug addiction, and his inability to come out as gay.
Well, as we talk about with Joe
Trifecta.
Callinger, they sometimes you don't really truly understand. But when you were in the throes of the sickness and you don't have a history of any sort of therapy, you sometimes don't know that you're fucked up.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah,
No,
how would you?
No, absolutely not. And he always had that Buddy Holly prediction to cling to.
The one time it was right.
That one time it was right because it was right on a worldwide scale. It was one of
Crazy.
the biggest events of the decade.
Yeah.
If not the fucking century. Like it's one of the defining events of the 50s without a doubt.
Oh,
Definitely music
absolutely.
history.
In music
changed a lot.
history, it's top 3 defining events.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he was right in predicting it, so that he always had that to fall back on.
Oh my God. Well, maybe he just knew that we had to fix our planes. Aeronautics hadn't been perfected yet.
I think that's what
the
this is
problem.
all about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either
I
that
like
or don't fly into a snowstorm.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah,
when
that's-
everybody's saying "don't fly, don't fly, don't fly," maybe you don't take off.
Yeah, and don't take an airplane just because the bus is cold.
Oh, is that what happened with Buddy Holly?
I mean, I
That's-
would.
No,
but
that's exactly
different now.
that's exactly what happened. Is the
bus was cold.
The bus there was February. It was what was the tour called? I think like Winter Wonderland or Winter Dance Party or something like that. And they had the choice to either take the bus, and they were doing it in the Midwest, and they had the choice to either take the bus, which had no heater, to the next destination, or they could charter a flight and get there in like an hour or so.
Well, they didn't
and
know.
so they went with the smaller flight. And Richie Valens was really, I mean, from watching La Bamba, Richie Valens was sick.
La Bamba?
La Bamba.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Who's the guy who
Lou
plays
Diamond Phillips.
Lou Diamond
Yeah,
Phillips.
he was great.
Yeah, the Diamond's really good in that movie.
Yes, he is.
And Los
actually.
Lobos came
Right.
under the national attention because of that film.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
band called
fascinating?
Los Lobos coming back into the American scene with that soundtrack to La Bamba.
Oh, right.
Man, I love show business stories like stuff like this. This is fucking great.
Yeah, we're gonna be this is gonna be the show. Yeah, we're gonna be covering the Stooges. We're gonna do the Sex Pistols. We're gonna do Joy Division. We're gonna do Dead Kennedys. We've got
Let's
a
not tell
big,
all
long
our
list.
secrets. We don't want to hide. They're gonna someone play our cards close to our tits.
I mean, there's still gonna be a
it's
whole lot more
podcast.
than that. Yeah,
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole. There's gonna be a whole lot more than that.
Gonna be a whole lot more than that.
All right, all right. I'll see it when I believe it.
All right, guys, we got to wrap this up. I got to go eat some cheese. I got a business meeting at 5 p.m. here.
Oh, it's that
in
fundraiser. I'll see you there. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for listening to our Relaxed Fit Last podcast on the left. We it's not an orgasm sign.
I'm relaxed. Oh, thank
Actually,
you.
I don't think that is you relaxed. That would be you publicly masturbating, which is not relaxing.
No, I've been, not until the very end.
So we're excited to see everyone. Obviously, Vancouver, wonderful time here. Absolutely love it. We'll see you in Seattle, and we'll see you for 2 shows in Portland, which we cannot wait to get over there and see you all.
Love me some Portland, man. I'm so excited.
Oh, so excited for Seattle and Portland. And
I'm going to get so many IPAs. I'm going to shit so fucking brown.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
be careful, buddy.
Fart juice. That's all IPAs are, man.
Yeah, the IPAs are too much for me.
I actually would rather, I like a Pilsner.
I just want my BLs. Last night I had Miller Lights. I was also fine with that. All right, everyone.
Hail Satan.
Hail yourselves.
Again.
Hail me.
And a magustalations.
Oh, also, June 9th, Bell House, Wizard and Bruiser, page 7.
Yes.
You got to check out the show. We're going to be there. I'm going to be there to see this fucking shit. I'm really excited to see what they do with the show, and I don't know what it's going to be yet.
Actually, yeah, we should have said that up top. Maybe we can do something.
We can do a little ad or
We'll
something.
do a little ad. All right, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Hey, podcast listeners. Mr. Ballin here to let you know we are now publishing 4 times a week on my podcast, Mr. Ballin Podcast, Strange, Dark, and Mysterious Stories. That's right. You'll be getting 4 new episodes a week covering unbelievable mysteries, chilling true crime, and stories so strange they sound made up. But they aren't. They're all true. Don't miss an episode. Listen to and follow Mr. Ballin Podcast, Strange, Dark, and Mysterious Stories wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help your business stand out and succeed online. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid, all in one place. From consultations to events and experiences, showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. The best part about it is it can help you design a funnel in which you can very quickly record commercials so that you can get it done while you are desperately trying to get on break. That's the best part about Squarespace. It can really shorten up the time you spend doing things. You got to get in there. Use Squarespace. Man, is it fast. It is absolutely incredible. You're going to love your experience at Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.